The senator from Connecticut.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm honored to follow my colleague from Kansas and engage in this bipartisan colloquy for a measure that truly has bipartisan support. My thanks to Senator Klobuchar for her leadership as well. And I'm going to be followed by Senator Coons, who has dedicated himself to civil rights and liberties around the world. This issue is one that rises above politics. Every so often in this body, we are able to rise above politics. Never often enough for many of us, but here is an opportunity to put down a marker, to make a statement, to show with our votes that a great nation keeps promises. America is the greatest nation in the history of the world. We need to keep our promises. And I know about those promises, not only as a member of the Armed Services Committee who has visited Afghanistan several times, but also as a father. My two sons served during this period of time. My oldest son, Matthew, is an infantry officer in the Marine Corps, Helmand Province. My second son is a Navy SEAL. And let me just put it very bluntly. As a dad, as a public official, as an American citizen, I want Americans who are deployed overseas to be helped by people in the country whom we are fighting to serve. Not only Americans and our self-interest here, but also abroad. When our troops are deployed and put in harm's way, they depend on exactly the kind of Afghan allies whom we promised we would not abandon. And if we want to count on those kinds of allies all around the world, not only in Afghanistan and Iraq and that part of the world, but in Africa, in South America, we need to keep our promises. If we lose that credibility and trust, our troops will be in danger. Our sons and daughters will be at risk when they depend on those interpreters, the guards, the guides, the security aides, all of the kinds of allies that we enlisted, Afghan allies, who put their lives on the line and now have targets on their backs if they were ever to return. Bad enough that many of those allies are still in Afghanistan and at risk of torture and murder. But we need to keep faith with the Afghan refugees who have come to this country. I want to salute the veterans, as did my colleague, Senator Moran. They have been heroes in this fight. Their championing this cause has made a tremendous difference, and I thank them for recognizing there is a moral imperative here. That's the reason that our promise needs to be kept. And I will just close, and there is much more that I could say, but I know colleagues would like to comment as well in the limited time we have, by saying these families, these Afghan refugees are coming to this country and they are flourishing here. They are contributing to their communities. They have jobs that matter. They are learning our language. They are imparting to our people the rich cultural heritage that they bring with them, the tastes and the colors of their country, as well as their incredible history. They are enriching the United States of America. We need to keep them here, and we need to give them the security and sense of permanency that is essential for them to continue to flourish. They can't have jobs, they can't put their children in schools, they can't keep housing if they are in limbo. So as a practical matter, we must move. We should have done it last session. We have the opportunity now. It's an obligation. Let's vote on this amendment to enable our Afghan allies to stay in this country as they deserve and need to do. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President.